Hey fam, I want you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. The crazies at Fox News are trying to take advantage of the Democrats in the House, trying to find the appropriate response to comments by Congresswoman Ilhan Omar about Israel's power in the United States. Here's what that crazy bat, Jeanine Pirro, said on her show on Saturday about Omar.
This is not who your party is. Your party is not anti-Israel. She is. Think about this. She's not getting this anti-Israel sentiment doctrine from the Democrat Party. So if it's not rooted in the party, where is she getting it from? Think about it. Omar wears a hijab, which according to the Quran 33:59 tells women to cover so they won't get molested. Is her adherence to this Islamic doctrine indicative of her adherence to Sharia law, which in itself is antithetical to the United States Constitution?
Folks, her crazy rant was even too much for Trump TV. Fox News issued this public rebuke of Pirro. We strongly condemn Jeanine Pirro's comments about Representative Ilhan Omar. They do not reflect those of the network, and we have addressed the matter with her directly. But what was interesting is that there was a Muslim who was a producer for Bret Baier's show who tweeted Pirro and said, "Who objects to what you had to say? Me, a Muslim who works here at Fox News." The question is, what did they say to her by addressing it directly? Okay, what's going to happen? Yeah, we know what that. Now we also, of course, have the crazy nonsense coming from Tucker Carlson. Now, we all know he's a nut, him and his bow tie wearing self, the one who's afraid to have me on his show. Now, he'll book a whole bunch of black people who come on my show, but he's somehow scared of this brother. Now, Media Matters for America found some audio of Tucker Carlson talking to shock jock Bubba the Love Sponge show in 2006, between 2006 and 2011. In those clips, Carlson appears to defend statutory rape, made a lewd comment about underage girls, and labeled Britney Spears and Paris Hilton the biggest white whores in America.
Jesus.
Here's Tucker.
You know what, in my brief experience, what gets women going is arguing with them.
Really?
Yeah.
I never use that.
It's true. You debate politics with a woman and just go, just full blown out there, especially feminism. If you're talking to a feminist and she's giving you, men really need to be more sensitive and this, actually men don't need to be more sensitive. You just need to be quiet and kind of do what you're told.
And lighten up a little bit, bitch.
They love it. I love women, but they're extremely primitive. They're basic. They're not that hard to understand.
Oh, now Tucker Carlson, of course, released this response, this statement, as a result of what Media Matters had to say. Quote, "Media Matters caught me saying something naughty on a radio show more than a decade ago. Rather than express the usual ritual contrition, how about this? I'm on television every weeknight live for an hour. If you want to know what I think, you can watch. Anyone who disagrees with my views is welcome to come on and explain why." Really, Tucker? Now, Media Matters says there will be more audio tomorrow, this time Tucker's comments on race and ethnicity. But let me address, if you will, for a second, the comments of Judge Jeanine as well as Tucker Carlson. I'm going to deal with Judge Jeanine first. Folks, what you are dealing with here literally is somebody who needs to be in the NFL concussion protocol program. Because what she's trying to do is, and game recognized game, what she's trying to do is she is trying to assume the mantle of Bill O'Reilly. She wants to say wild and crazy things because, frankly, between all of the people who are on Fox News and Fox Business, there's a whole bunch of wild and crazy people who say stuff. I mean, you've got Laura Ingraham. I mean, you've got, of course, Sean Hannity. You've got Tucker Carlson. You've got the nut Lou Dobbs, who used to be a smart guy. I think he had a lobotomy. And so he says wild stuff. I mean, so what you have now, Jeanine Pirro, you got Jesse B. Waters, who can't seem to figure out the difference between Gayle King and Robert Roberts. So you have all of these madness that's going on. And so Pirro is desperately trying to be the source of attention. Now, what's interesting is that you have these people who attack her for wearing a hijab. But here's the piece. Yarmulke, what? Is that okay? I'm just saying. So what's the difference here? What you have here is Islamophobia. What you have here are people who want to attack Muslims, who want to say they are not like us. Now, tell that to the Muslims who are fighting in the U.S. military. Tell that to the Muslims who are police officers. I thought Fox News loved the military, and they love first responders. Tell that to the Muslims who are EMT workers. Tell it to the Muslims who are trying to secure America's safety. But see, that's a little too much for them because they can't tolerate that, because they are about speaking to a base, their viewership, who are old white people. And old white people are still living in 1950s and 1960s America. That's the world that they want. Now let's deal with Tucker Carlson. Now, here's a guy who, on his very show, condemns Samantha Bee when she used the C word in response to Ivanka. I believe it was Ivanka, or it was Sarah Sanders, one of them. Yet Tucker went on his show and condemned her for using the C word, yet he used the exact same word about women in this interview. Can we say hypocrite? This is the same guy who often will show video of other individuals and comments that they made years ago. In fact, just last week, he was showing video of comments that Joe Biden made about the crime bill and about busing, and brought it up. But now he says, I was saying things that were naughty. Really? See, here's the real deal here, folks. Tucker Carlson is a white guy with no talent who has been able to make millions of dollars operating in Washington, D.C. circles because he is deemed to be smart and erudite and somebody who has a different point of view. See, that's how this whole incestuous game keeps playing. See, his Daily Caller website is a 501c3. They get funded by folks as well. That's what he was doing before he went to Fox News. This is also the guy, y'all, who had a show on CNN, got fired. He had a show on, got canceled. He had a show on MSNBC, got canceled. He had a show on PBS that got canceled. Then he got the Fox and Friends job on the weekend. And then, of course, when Bill O'Reilly was run out because he was sitting here sexually harassing women, then he got the weekday job. Can you please show me somebody black who's had not one, not two, but 3 shows get canceled and they still get another job? Yep. That's who Tucker Carlson is. And so what you have to understand is this is the game of white privilege. And so Tucker wants to say, I was being naughty, as opposed to, no, actually, that's how it's feeling. Now, I love this here. They say, oh, you're pulling up comments made to a shock jock. Well, just because you are a shock jock doesn't mean that you cannot still not be respectful. See, that was the same excuse they used with Donald Trump when he went on Howard Stern's show and made his comments as well. You need to understand the game here. You have Fox anchors who want to hold other people accountable for their comments in the past, but they don't want to be held accountable for their comments. And then you have the whole conservative ecosystem who is now rallying behind Tucker Carlson to back him up and say, oh, Tucky, we've got your back, and so it's okay. But I'm going to deal with that last comment. See, Tucker, you also made this comment. You said that anybody who disagrees with you come on your show, and you know you lying. You know you lying. Because some black folks you ain't necessarily trying to debate. See, I know for a fact, Tucker, because I send an email out every single week to a variety of television bookers in networks all across the country. Your show booker is on that email. And the email says, Roland Martin, availability Monday through Friday. What cities I'm in, and if I'm available at what times. Your booker gets that email, but y'all have never called. Now, what's interesting is Donna Brazile, Monique Presley, Scott Bolden, Wendy Osefo, and others have actually brought my name up to you personally. And you said, oh, I would love to have Roland on the show. So what has happened? See, the real deal is, Tucker, white guys like you really can't handle black guys like me. Because, see, y'all actually think you're smarter than. And the problem is, it's a little rough for your ego to actually appear or to have somebody actually is smarter than you. So here's the piece, Tucker. You're going to have to explain all of this. And then when the race and ethnicity comments come out, I want to see if you can use the naughty example as the reason for it. I don't think that one is going to fly. But you can try it, but do understand, we're going to jack you again. Because if you want to hold folks accountable, we're going to hold you. All right, folks, back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. Calling all HBCU alumni, students, and leaders into the Ford Motor Company HBCU Mobility Challenge and win $25,000 for your school. Building on their long-term support of HBCUs, Ford is looking to improve mobility in HBCU communities through innovative solutions. The winning program will receive a grant of up to $25,000 to implement the proposal. Julian, be able to make sure Bennett is applying for that. The deadline to apply is March 31st, 2019. March 31st, 2019. So there's 20 days from now. Go to fgb.life, fgb.life for more information and to apply. Remember, Ford goes further in our community. We certainly thank them for being a partner with us here at Roland Martin Unfiltered. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.